DFB, Dallas Fort Worth.
What's up? What's up? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. And I also want to give a shout out to all of my subs, my new subs, and as well as my day ones too as well, man. 10 toes down all the time. Brown Sugar, I see you in the building, sweetie. How you doing? All right, let's go ahead and get right to it. I ain't even gonna waste no time talking about this, man. I'm not gonna waste no time talking about this at all, man. I hope everybody feeling good. It's really, really hot down here. All right. Look, man, I want to give a shout out to the brother, Too Raw for TV. Saw him talking about it. He dropped a video on this. And if you're not sub to Too Raw for TV, definitely go sub to his channel. One of the HNI of the LDBC community has multiple channels. So salute to him, man. And he posed the question if Dennis Rodman was the best all-around defender ever. It wasn't necessarily the question, but the fact that he had spent some time talking about Dennis Rodman and going into detail. What's up, Ted? Going into great detail about Dennis Rodman's impact. I'm glad that he was able to shed light on a player like Dennis Rodman. Like, y'all think that, because me and Cypress, shout out to Cypress, man. He's always tripping out on the fact that I got him above a guy like Tim Duncan. Now let me make this clear. If Dennis Rodman wasn't who he was, or if there was no Dennis Rodman, Tim Duncan would be my starting power forward. Okay, and I know some people trip out when I say that, but everything that I need in a power forward, it lines up perfectly with Dennis Rodman. But the thing about it is he the best all-around defender ever? And in my great opinion, I would have to say yes. Right, exactly. He's a Swiss Army knife. In my opinion, I would have to say yes. Now, of course, there are other great defenders over time that don't get talked about enough. We don't talk about the great Michael Cooper, who was my favorite Laker of all time. We don't talk about him enough. We don't talk about Wilt Chamberlain. People forget how agile Wilt Chamberlain was. Wilt Chamberlain could get out on the perimeter. Wilt Chamberlain could run in transition and chase you down before we know, as it is today, as the chase down block. People forget how agile Hakeem Olajuwon is. People forget the agility that Ben Wallace had. People forget about, and I know this is going to trip out. People going to trip out when I say this. People forget about Klay Thompson. Okay, people forget about Alvin Robinson. People forget about, of course, the glove, Gary Payton. Just great on-ball defenders. People forget about David Robinson, how great he was. Did people forget that he won Defensive Player of the Year? And nowadays, people forget about Giannis. Like Giannis is a guy that could guard all five positions, but they don't never talk about that. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building, man. But they don't ever talk about that. But give me Rodman any day of the week. Listen, man, let me tell you something. If you play pickup ball, you go to the gym, uh, there would be guys there that would, have a pretty shot and probably could jump out of the gym and do all this other stuff. But guess what? When it came to like a really tight game and it came down to the wire and your team needs to stay on, those guys that was doing all that pretty shot and all that jumping out of the gym, dunking on people, all that other stuff, all of that stuff slows down. And guess what it's going to come down to? It's going to come down to the nitty gritty. It's going to come down to the grind. It's going to come down to who has energy at the end of the game and stamina most of the time. And sometimes the game will come down to just one point, and you might need a rebound tip in. You might need a guy that needed a key offensive rebound just to kick it out for that shot. And bam, he hit the shot. You might need somebody to get a key block, and then that block ends up going out for an outlet, and then somebody else who's athletic enough to go ahead and finish. But it all comes down to sometimes that one player who's able to hustle, who's able to still have enough stamina and the fatigue factor to still outlast that other man. And that's why you need a guy like a Dennis Rodman on your squad. That's why I'm willing to pick him up over any other power forward. It's no knock on Charles Barkley or anything, but he doesn't have the stamina that Dennis Rodman had. It's no knock on Karl Malone, but guess what? Even Karl Malone got tired of Dennis Rodman. Okay, even though Karl Malone could score and all this other stuff with his old chomo ass, but I ain't gonna go there. As much as I like, Sean Kemp and everything, guess what? You know what I'm saying? He could only do so much, and he wasn't going to be a part of three-peat championships or a repeat championship, nor is he going to get 20 boards. But nor can he guard five positions. And I often look at it like this too. I was talking. You said AD can guard all five, but he doesn't have the stamina that Dennis Rodman has. He doesn't. Yes, you can, but I want you to listen to me clear. Yeah, AD can. Yeah, he can. But have you ever had? Let me ask you this: Have you had to turn around and wonder about Dennis Rodman? Oh, my neck! Oh, my back! Have you had to turn around? Oh, you know what? I'm a low managed today. I don't feel like playing today. Have you had to turn around and wonder if he's going to show up all 82 games of the season? No. So yeah, AD. Yeah, he could guard all five. How many rings he got? He only got one goddamn ring, man. And he played better offense. But I don't want that soft motherfucker on my team. I'm not at the power forward position. Yeah, you could guard all five, but damn, I gotta wonder, my shoulder hurt. Oh, my elbow. Oh, my pinky. Oh, he shot me in my pinky toe in the face, ass nigga. Get your ass out of here, man. Nah, I want a motherfucker. Hey, you know what? Hey, we all gonna party tonight. Me, Brown Sugar, Ted, let's say Dennis Rodman partying with us. Hey, Brown Sugar gonna be like, Dennis, are you gonna be able to show up? He gonna be like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna show up. Brown Sugar like, yeah, right, this motherfucker ain't gonna show up. Guess what? Dennis Rodman gonna have them 30 rebounds, and they gonna win the NBA championship, and then he gonna walk up to Brown Sugar, and he gonna be like, Brown Sugar, you ready to party? She be like, all right now. That's the motherfucker I want on my team. I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying, oh, I gotta wonder if Dennis Rodman gonna show up and all this other. You never had to worry about that. Because don't forget, it was him and Jordan for a time carrying the team when Pippen wasn't there. Because of whatever issue that he had going on. I'm just being real. But I was inspired by Too Raw to do this video, man, because I don't think people understood the importance of a guy like a Dennis Rodman. Sometimes it's a beauty. A lot of people don't understand the beauty and the art of a player that does not need to score. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have some players out there, like okay, like you like Paul George and everything. One thing about Paul George, if he don't get his buckets, Paul George tends to get down on himself. But guess what? With a guy like Dennis Rodman, and I mentioned Paul George because he is a defender and everything, but a guy like Dennis Rodman, he don't care about scoring. So it's kind of like if he don't get the ball or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All you got to worry about is how much more energy he's going to exert on the defensive end. Nah, I don't need my power forward to score. I don't need my power forward to be, this offensive juggernaut. No, I don't. Give me some rebounds. Now, in terms of shot blocking, nah, he wasn't like, no Dikembe Mutombo or anything like that. But I mean, he'll meet you at the rim if he needed to. But see, there's something about that though. You weren't gonna get past him so easily. So there was no need. 9 times out of 10, when he met you at the rim, it was because it was on like a backside help situation, and Dennis Rodman was gonna catch it. Yeah, he could score in the pick and roll. He was quick enough to score. Dennis Rodman could score, but he said he didn't want to when he got to the NBA. People got to understand, man. When he came out of South Oklahoma, Southeast Oklahoma, Dennis Rodman was a double guy. I mean, he was a 20, damn near 30 and 10 guy coming out of college. But he said, "How can I stop those guys?" He wanted to know how he could stop those guys. How was he going to survive in the NBA? How was he going to, have a job in the NBA? He said he was just happy to be there. Look, let's take all the, we know about the whole Pride Day thing and all that shit. Him wearing a skirt, all that bullshit. We know about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, nigga, you can wear whatever the hell you want to. You can be who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get that trophy at the end of the day, it didn't matter. And that's what Phil Jackson liked about it. You think Michael Jordan cared about what he was doing? He's like, nah, man, just get in there and grab the goddamn rebound. He ain't worried about what sexuality, he was and what he did and how he was and all this and who he's sleeping with and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, like, you wearing a skirt at Pride Day? No, I don't want to play with you, man. Oh, shit, man, get him over here. You know what I'm saying? Put him over here. You can have a man purse, all that other bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Hey, as long as you could, if you could lock up all 5 players and shut them down, and we can win, that works for me. Yeah, he roasted Curry. I had already talked about that. I talked about that the other day. I said that Dennis Rodman said that Steve Kerr can't coach. I mean, and he knows because he played with Steve Kerr. I mean, you got to look at it like this. Think about it. Why you think Michael Jordan wanted to hit Steve Kerr? You know what I'm saying? Now you wonder why. But yeah, man, give me Rodman any day of the week, man. I'll take Rodman over. Like I said, I'll take Rodman over over Barkley, over. I'll put him at the big man position. Some of the big men I'll replace Rodman with. I'll put Rodman at center. Give me Rodman anywhere, man. Nigga, I'll put Rodman at center. I'll put him on the defensive end at point guard. I mean, he gave Magic hell. he gave everybody hell. He gave Dennis Johnson hell. I mean, he was a pest, man. You said Rodman is in my all-time five. You said Rodman averaged 19 rebounds with the Spurs. Yeah, but here comes David Robinson. David Robinson and Avery Johnson want to come with this old, well, around here, we worship the Lord. Around here, we worship the Lord, and you have to go to church every Sunday. That is a requirement. That is a requirement of what we do over here in San Antonio. We are going to have Bible study and stuff like that. Rodman was like, man, nigga, just get me on the goddamn court so I can go ahead and get some damn rebounds, nigga, and then take my ass, to the crib, get dressed, spray on some cologne, go drink some Gentleman's Jack or whatever the hell he drinking and have a nice cigar and go have a threesome at the end of the night. Man, whatever lifestyle that he chooses to live, that's what he chooses to live. Yeah, man, want to come with all this. Someone ask a question. I mean, it ain't time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're the reason why I sing. You think they gonna be singing that shit? And no disrespect to the Lord, but you think they gonna be singing that when it's time? And it's 2 minutes left in the game, and y'all gotta win, man. They gonna use that on your psychology. They gonna be like, man, hey, the Lord ain't gonna save you right now at this point in time. The Lord ain't gonna bring you no bucket. What's up, Octavius? I see you in the building. Shout out to Texas. I know you getting ready for that state fair, man. For those of y'all that don't know, man, state fair just around the corner, man. September, man, coming through, man. We got the Battle of the Bands. For those of y'all that don't know, man, Prairie View, Grambling, you know what I'm saying? It goes down. Texas Fair, man. Shout out to Octavius. Yeah, I mean, he did good in San Antonio, though. But I mean, they try to make him like I mean, he was a bad boy and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they try to make him like he was the full problem with San Antonio. San Antonio was just playing in a really tough West. They were playing in a tough Western Conference during that time. Think about it. We're talking about the early 90s. We're talking about the early 90s. Early to mid 90s. You're talking about the Houston Rockets with Hakeem and the crew. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Stockton and Malone. You talk about the Seattle Supersonics. You still got to deal with the Lakers. You talk about the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets weren't no pump. When you had Mutombo and Robert Pack and all them down there, you know what I'm saying? You had Golden State. Golden State wasn't no pump back then. That Western Conference was no joke, man. Oh yeah, he cooked David Robinson, man. He baked him. Hey, man, he did David Robinson so bad, man. David Robinson had a signature. I think David Robinson was with Nike or some shit like that. Man, David. Hakeem Olajuwon came out in some Spalding tennis shoes, nigga. He was killing that dude in Spaldings. Man, he was killing David Robinson in Payless tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I don't even need to go to no Foot Action, no Foot Locker, or you know what I'm saying? None of these other. I don't need to have no name brand shoes. I don't need to go to no Finish Line, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to order nothing online, even though you couldn't order nothing online back then. Nigga, I would kill you in some Spaldings, nigga. Just annihilated him. And David was the MVP. Yeah, he was the MVP that year. But Hakeem Olajuwon. And on top of that, they were a low seed. The Houston Rockets were a low seed. And they had a run to the championship. Just did him dirty. Yeah, man, Foot Action, man. I remember, man, in the Foot Action store that I grew up with, when you walked in there, it was the Lakers. They didn't have Jordan on the wall. There was no Jordan on the wall. I want people to understand that. It was a picture. It was a big ass picture, and it was the Lakers versus the Dallas Mavericks, and they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It had the starting five for Showtime on the Lakers. And it had Rolando. It had the Dallas Mavericks with Rolando Blackman. It had Derek Harper, Roy Tarpley, and a couple other guys. I forget who the other two guys were on there. Might have been Aguirre. I think Mark Aguirre. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think it was Mark Aguirre. But it was them guys on there, and it was a big ass. Like a big ass mural on the wall. Yeah, man, listen, bro, it don't matter what type of, man, I know dudes, man, I know some top ballers, man, they would come in there in Kmart tennis shoes, dunking on guys that think that they had the freshest tennis shoes, man. Coming in there lighting people up, man. There was this one dude, man. He came in there with some Starburys, man. Lighting dudes up, man. It don't matter what you wear, man. And everybody talk about all these Africans and shit like that, right? I knew an African dude, man. He came out there in some flats. This dude played in about like at least 6 games. In flats. Like polo flats. Like, you know how scary that is, man? Like, you could really fuck your foot up. And he was killing people. He was like 6'4", but really, really skinny. They could not stop him. And he was black as a motherfucker, man. This dude was Michael Blackson black. This dude was tire black. This dude was color purple black. I mean, but he was killing dudes. Destroying motherfuckers. And these were dudes that was out there warming up. You know what I'm saying? They came in there with their gym bag and all this other stuff. This dude came out there in some polo flats. And he had I don't know why he wore a white beater, man. He was skinny as fuck, but he was killing dudes, man. Yeah, he could make it, but nah, he was time, man. You go spend your money like, you know, $100 pair of shoes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you go out there, man, and you playing like ass, man. What does that say about you? Oh, the Dadas. Yeah, I remember the Dadas, man. Yeah, man, I remember them, man. Man, them boys bringing back the spinners. hell nah. Hey, the LA Gears with the light ups and shit. Hey, man, you got clown, man, if you wore LA Gears, man. You got clown. I mean, you got clown bad if you wore LA Gears. Man, I had to go to school. Man, I had to mess around, go to school, and got clown, man, when I wore some Riddell. I wore some Riddell tennis shoes, man. I don't wore the worst, man. I had to wear some LA Gears too, man. I was like, damn, man. As soon as we came up, though, man, I was gonna make sure, man, we got some good pair of shoes. Sega Sports. Nah, man, but like I said, man, it don't matter what you wear, man. It matters, bring your game, not your name, so to speak. But yeah. Uh, Now that transformer, man. I want to talk about that situation real quick. I don't like it at all, man. It's like, what has the world come to? And shout out to Ticket TV because he was the first one that talked about it. And shout out to Cartino or One Crack News. He talked about this too. Shout out to both of them. Go sub to their channels if you're not sub to them. But listen, man, if you gotta have a cheat code, to win a sport or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, where has the world come to? See, that's what makes competition so watered down now, man. It's like, damn, you can't be who you are anymore. Now you got to go out there, you know what I'm saying, and you got to be, something else that you really not, and then go out there and try to win as a cheat code. What's up with it, Cottage? I see you in the building, bro. Make sure y'all go sub to the homie Cottage, man. I don't like the fact. Listen, man, and see, I don't like the fact that they're allowing this. I don't necessarily blame, that transformer necessarily. I blame them for allowing this to take place. Like this is the disgusting. This is the disgusting thing that took place, man. On so many levels. What'd you say, Ted? You said if a man gets in an argument with his wife or girlfriend, all a man has to do is put dress in the lipstick, identity as a woman, not to get arrested. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But we're talking about. Listen, we not. We not talking about, nigga. We not talking about Tu Wong Fu. We talking about actually going through the whole process, though, Ted. You understand what I'm saying? And I gotta talk in code because I mean this is YouTube and stuff be happening and stuff, but going through the whole process, sort of like what D Wade's child is going through, okay? Like, I'll put it to you like this. I think that they should not be able to compete. I don't think that because it gives that particular person an unfair advantage. They still, by nature, are who they were. Well, right now, we were talking about Dennis Rodman. Now we're talking about the situation that happened um, in the Olympics when the Transformer had beat the beat the other opponent unconscious and ended up winning. But of course, it was controversy and stuff like that. But I think it's disgusting, and more people should have spoke out. Now I do agree with what Kwame was saying. Kwame Brown was saying, there should have been more people to speak up, man. Look, man, if you're gonna have your power to do all this other stuff, well, hey, y'all need to speak up about this situation right here, because here you have a person that's using an unfair advantage uh, to you know to pretty much gain a win when it comes to competition at its highest level, and at the highest level is at the Olympics. That's something that you're competing against the world. Everybody is competing for something, and you're doing it at the highest level. But the fact that they were able to do that, man, I just think it was disgusting on all levels. I don't like any of it, man. I don't like when stuff like this happens. I don't like it when it happens in basketball. I think there was a situation in basketball where uh, the girl had just dominated everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we all know what the transformer truly was. I don't like none of it, man. I don't like none of it, and I think it should stop, man. I don't think they should be playing at all. You know what I'm saying? It may be harsh, but you should have made that decision. Like if you're not able to play, you should have made that decision. If this was really truly the change that you truly wanted, the Most High made who you are, man. Hey, doesn't LeBron and Embiid play in the Olympics? Yeah, they do. You say I'm a little late with this. Yeah, they play in the Olympics, but right now we're talking about the transformer that got in the boxing ring and beat another a boxer damn near unconscious. That boxer could have killed that. That transformer could have killed that other boxer, and it could have took a turn for the worse. I don't think people look at that. It's just like when I was looking at as far as the unfair advantage. That's what I was talking about. The whole thing with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. What if he would have hit Devin wrong or hard enough to where Devin wouldn't have got back up and ultimately lost his life? It's the same situation as this right here. It's the same situation. And a lot of people, they tend to think that this is okay, and to me it's disgusting. I don't think that this is okay. This something like this should never be okay at all. So I just hope harsh penalties come. I hope that the committee. You said he cheated the game. Yeah, he did. He did. And that's what I was saying. He gained an unfair advantage. That's what I was saying. I frown upon gaining an unfair advantage, especially in a sport like boxing when nobody is supposed to be taking steroids at all, because it's like you got to take steroids. That obviously means that you can't beat that person. And I'm just talking about just boxing. in a sport where you're not supposed to take steroids. Now, if you're in a sport like baseball and you see that everybody else is doing it, but they just ain't getting caught or something like that, then hell, I'm gonna be like, shoot, well, I'm not gonna be the one getting left behind. You know what I'm saying, or something. In that instance or whatever. But like I said, man, I'm not cool with it. I hate it. I think it it pretty much it's lack of integrity, man, for the sport. Right. I know. I'm not, but that's what I'm saying. Like with baseball, see, with baseball, I never had a problem with the steroids or anything, and the reason is because there were so many other guys that were doing it too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, well, like what is the problem with when you got like 100 other guys that are doing it too? You know what I'm saying? And you don't know who's doing it and who's not. This guy might be hitting a whole bunch of home runs and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you working your ass off and stuff like that, but you see that guy doing doing the juice or whatever, and he's hitting home runs, and you know that he's not talented as you. I wouldn't have no problem with it. Now, just if everybody's clean, like in a sport like boxing, because you get regular testing and you're supposed to be clean all around. If you're clean and everybody's clean, but then you end up taking steroids or something like that, then that's where I part ways with everybody. That's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Then now you said Sammy Sosa took steroids once I remember correctly. Yeah, Sammy Sosa took steroids. Mark McGuire took steroids. Rafael Palmero. They tried to say that Barry Bonds, uh, had taken it, but he never tested positive or anything like that. And then what he had is his trainer had rubbed him uh, with some cream or something on that. I think all of them should be in the Hall of Fame, man. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them were talented. Hell, even Rafael Palmer, all of them were talented, man. They just they took the juice, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and even before the juice, I look at guys before the steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine a guy like Bo Jackson on steroids? Yeah, the summer of '98. Yeah, exactly. Baseball was dying. Like it was pretty much. It came to a screeching halt before the 97 98 97 98 season. It came to a screeching halt, man. Yeah, I like man, and I love Manny Ramirez too, man. I like Manny Ramirez, bro. I like Manny Ramirez cause he won with the Dodgers, didn't he? He won with the Dodgers. I think he got one with the Dodgers, didn't he? He won with the Dodgers and he won with yep, 0-1. Barry Bonds couldn't be stopped. And believe it or not, I didn't like Barry Bonds. I didn't start liking Barry Bonds until a little bit later on in his career. But I always thought that he was talented. Yeah, Ken Griffey was my guy, man. Ken Griffey Jr., bruh. Yeah, man. Yeah, see, I see y'all like talking baseball. Take me out to the ball game. So, but I'm trying to ask y'all, did Manny Ramirez win with the Dodgers? Didn't they win? They won a championship with the Dodgers. They won a pennant with the Dodgers. You said, man, I'm mad about the NFL Hall of Fame game. Nobody is playing. Yeah, probably nobody want to. You shoot. Don't nobody want to get hurt. But listen, Manny Ramirez, they won. He won with the Dodgers. Am I right or wrong? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Right, but he didn't win. They didn't win that year. He went to the Dodgers. I thought he went to the. I thought they won when he was with the Dodgers. Yeah, they lost. Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess they just went. Okay, yeah. I thought he got one with the Dodgers for some reason. Hell no, he ain't underrated. Hell nah. I love Manny Ramirez, man, and man, Manny was the guy, bro. Like, and oh, Albert Bell. Nah, Manny Ramirez, man, he wasn't underrated at all, man. Mm-mm, absolutely not. Yeah, man, them Yankees and them Yankees and Red Sox games, man, they got they got crazy, man. But what y'all think about Cardi B being pregnant, man? You think Offset gonna stay with him? You know Cardi B pregnant now. It had to come. It had to come when she. It had to come when she filed for divorce. Ooh. Look at Ted. Ted said, "I'm the pappy." Look at you, Ted. Ted, you dirty dog, you. Ted said, "I know it's not Offset, baby." He said, "That's my baby." Hey, you opened yourself up for that one, Ted. You said congrats to Cardi B. Yeah, congrats to her, man. But damn, what you gonna do now? You done told him you want divorce. Now, oh, well, baby, I was just capping. Yeah, nah. You gonna be like, nah, bitch. Nah. Yeah, Ted. Ted was up in there. He's like, well, he's like, I ain't the one to gossip. I ain't the one to gossip, but I don't think that baby is Offset baby. Yeah, Angela. Hey, Ted said, look, I am that baby's daddy, not Offset. Ted said, if Offset doesn't want to take the duty, it is my duty to please that booty. Ted said he'll willingly, willingly sacrifice. Nah, I'm just messing with that, man. But nah, man, I mean, wasn't this like quote unquote perfect timing? I'm like, damn, you picked the right time to announce that you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and that's why I told you. I told you she delusional. I listen. I don't fault Offset for none of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault him for none of this. Like thing we got to understand is that Cardi B knew what she was getting herself into. She knew what she was getting herself into, and at the same time, he probably was stressed out half the time too. That's why he went out. And from my understanding, of some of the women that he was cheating with, they were just normal women. They weren't of Cardi B caliber. You know what I'm saying? Of her celebrity status or anything like that. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Yeah, man. He probably got stressed out and everything. Now, you know what I think? Now, I will say this, man. There's been a lot of talks that when Takeoff had passed away, the unfortunate death of Takeoff, I think a lot of things happened too because Cardi B apparently was hurt by it too as well. She was stressed out, man. Man, no. She talking about she's stressed out. What do you think Offset was stressed out? Like, man, listen, and I like Cardi B music, man. You know what I'm saying? I like what Cardi bring to the table, but I can't defend Cardi B on this one because, she talking about she want alimony and child support. You know what I'm saying? And she wants, she wants this, that, and this center. She want everything. She not giving him no room to breathe. Yeah, I can't defend Cardi B on this one. Normally I would. At first I was like, man, I started look. At first I kind of let things ride when he cheated, and then I mean, then I was like, okay. The second, the times I was hearing and stuff like that, then he did it again or whatever. I kind of defended Cardi B, but then I'm like, wait a minute, but you keep going back to him. You keep going back to him, and then you talk about you stressed out and all this other stuff. I got to put myself first. Well, what about your damn kids? What about that? Talking about you need a break and all this other stuff. That he probably needed a break. We know you on top of the world. We know you got the bag and all that other stuff. You just, you signed the deal with Popeye, you know what I'm saying? You with Fashion Nova and all that other stuff. Yeah, man. So like I said, she is the delusional one. Yeah, she started off as a reality show. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to like her on Love and Hip Hop. She started off on a show called Love and Hip Hop, and then she promoted her music on there and stuff. And then her music after Bodak Yellow had came out, that hot single came out because I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. All right, I saw her on Love and Hip Hop. All right, she went from being a basket case on Love and Hip Hop, but I ain't gonna lie, she made the show. She made the show real popular. Between her and Peter Guns, they made the show really, really fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they had Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Scrappy and Bambi and all that other stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Cardi B, she made the show. You know what I'm saying? This was Cardi B when she had the chipped tooth and all that stuff, right? You said, yeah, and she was real entertaining. But a lot of people weren't really taking her seriously. That was until I went to the club. That was until I went to the club, man. Next thing you know, man, they started playing Bodak Yellow. And everybody in the club was there. I'm like, man, who is this? I'm like, man, this is that damn Cardi B. She done grew up. I mean, she done blew up. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she took off from there. And, of course, her being on social media helped, you know what I'm saying? Because she was always on social media, you know what I'm saying? She had a big social media following. Of course, people done seen her naked, the strip club and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it took off from there. But then what really damaged her reputation just a little bit, man, is when, she was talking about how she used to, drug men and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go get into that, and all that, but I lost a little bit of, respect for her on that or whatever. But, hey, she made good music, you know what I'm saying, all that other stuff, but she is coming off delusional. And she took off. Now she on top of her game, but, she's still a human being. She still got feelings like anybody else, and she still made mistakes like anybody else, man. And look, like Offset, like I told you, and I'll say this again, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this because I do gotta go right now. But I'm gonna say this though, Offset, he hasn't been perfect, but in this situation, I'm not gonna sit up here and blame him on the situation because it seems like she's the one always coming with something, saying he's this, saying he's that, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, you got to start looking in the mirror too. And on top of that, the only thing that I criticize Offset for, besides just the couple of times that he was cheating, I criticize him for not for him and the Migos, because they had a falling out. Them guys were real family and stuff like that. I wanted him to get things right with Takeoff before his demise. That's the thing that I criticized him about. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, man, Cardi B delusional. You want to come out, hey, I'm pregnant and all this other stuff right after you done filed for divorce. Offset looking at it like, okay, shit, you already, like I said, man, you never know. It might, and some people might think it's clout chasing. You never know. Because remember, she done said, oh, well, I'm getting a divorce and all this other stuff. And then guess what? They all lovey-dovey again and all that other stuff. Now, look, she already, they got a divorce and all this other stuff. Or they about to get a divorce and everything. And then the baby coming. But a lot of people, like Ted said, we don't know. Man, I wish I could say that, Cottage, but with her, you never know, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification so that you are notified. It's straight to the point. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. And salute to all of my subs. I thank y'all for rocking with me. If you'd like to donate to the channel, straight to the point, 77. That's the Cash App. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. Till then, straight to the point, I'm out.